In today's episode of Valuing My Toy Collection, we're going to value both some Tarzan memorabilia and some Pocahontas collectibles. At the end of the video, I'll tell you how much everything's worth with a grand total. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building, and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection, and then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Valuing My Toy Collection and value some toys. So let's jump right in and start valuing these toys. First we have the Jane Happy Meal toy, and she's worth about $6 now. Next up, we have this really small Tarzan figure. I was surprised he's going for $8 on eBay. He's so tiny. And then we have Kayla and Tarzan from 1999, worth about $8. And then we have the Tarzan on the surfboard, the Surfer Tarzan, worth $8. Then we have this set where you had to get all the Happy Meal pieces and piece together to make this little island set. And all together, it's worth about $30. But I think that's really cool. I can't wait to display that at the Toy Museum. All right, next we have the bad guy, Clayton. This little figure is worth about $6. And then we have this 1999 Grow Thing set, and it's worth $15 still on the card. And then we have the Jane doll still in the box, and she's worth a big old $70. I always love it when toys increase in value that much. And then we have the Tarzan doll, and he was actually recalled because of where his hand is. It wasn't appropriate, and he is worth about $60. And then I'm trying to move the Happy Meal set over where you can see it a little better. Isn't that so cool? And then in the back, we have the box 3-figure set, and this is worth about $60 now. And here's that Happy Meal set. I love it. You can spin it all the way around. It's just, you can look at it for a few minutes. It's just so much to look at. All right, then we have some still in the package back here. We have Turk and the Baboon, worth about $45. And then we have Tarzan, who's posable. He's worth $25. And then we have Tarzan and the Baboons, and they're worth $30. There's all the figures on the back. I actually didn't get the whole set. I usually do, but it was just too many. And then we have from 1999 Tarzan Trunk and Treats Tantor Elephant Plush, and it's worth $40 still on that cardboard backing like that. And then we have a Tarzan VHS tape, and it's worth about $8. Now let's move into our Pocahontas collectibles. We have this really cool comb. It's worth about $12. And then we have Powhatan. I guess he's the chief, and it's a glass from Burger King still in the box. I think it's, Burger King, and it's worth about $14. And then we have another one in the back, and this one is of the Governor. It's a plastic cup still in the box, worth $14. Then we have a loose plastic cup of Pocahontas and John Smith, and it's worth about $10. We have this really cool Pocahontas figure necklace, and it's worth about $10. We have Flit, the little hummingbird figure. He's worth $6. Gotta take that cardboard piece off. And then we have this small little figure of Pocahontas holding her knees, worth about $5. And then we have this really nice Pocahontas metal necklace set, and still on the card, it's worth about $20. And then we have a Pocahontas book. It's worth about $7. And then we have the Miko little Happy Meal puppet popping out of a stump. He's worth about $7. And then we have a loose little Miko figure. He's worth about $6. We've got this Pocahontas fanny pack worth about $15. Somebody on eBay had it listed for $100, which is crazy. Then we have the doll, the river rowing, still in the box, worth about $60. And then we have the Pocahontas shape book, and it's worth about $8. And let's see what else we have. This is actually a Happy Meal toy. It's from 1995. It's a grandmother willow tree from the movie. And I have one up here on the next shelf that's already open. There it is. And these are worth about $8 each. I might eventually sell one, but right now I'm going to keep them both. They're pretty cool. That's a pretty big toy for a Happy Meal toy. All right, then we have a Pocahontas pack of cards, trading cards worth about $3. A metal Band-Aid box that's worth about $12. I don't even think they make metal ones anymore. I have a loose Pocahontas doll. That's a newer one. She's probably worth about $6. And then the vintage one loose is worth about $15. And then we have Eric from Little Mermaid. I thought he was John Smith from Pocahontas, but he's worth about $8. I gotta move him with the Little Mermaid stuff. A Happy Meal toy Pocahontas popping out of a field finger puppet's worth $8. These cool vintage earrings are worth about $10 still on the card. And then we got a little mini Pocahontas figure. She's actually worth about $5. This little Pocahontas figure by the Sunflowers, kneeling, is worth about $7. And then this little Pocahontas with the real hair, she's worth about $5. And then we have a Pocahontas bank where she's standing next to the Sunflowers with Miko. It's worth about $18. And then we have this big 18-inch Pocahontas. I need to find her address. She's worth about $20 in that condition. And then we have the Governor figure. He's worth about $9. There's my helper Daisy taking a nap while I work. All right, let's see what else we have. We have John Smith, a little finger puppet where he's popping out of a rock. He's worth about $8. And then this Pocahontas party banner set worth about $8. And then this little 5-inch mini plush is worth about $10. And then we have the Chief Powhatan figure. He's worth about $7. It's hard to say. And then we have a John Smith figure. He's worth about $7. Got another packet of those party banners worth about $8. And then we have an original cassette tape from the Pocahontas movie, $6. We have a VHS tape of the Pocahontas movie, and it's worth about $6. And then we have the second Pocahontas movie, also worth about $6, The Journey to the New World. Then we have another one of those 18-inch dolls, and she has all her clothes. She's worth about $25 in that condition. And then we have a Pocahontas game, and it's worth about $12. Then we've got a set of Pocahontas cookie cutters, and this is worth about $10. And then we have this acrylic mug, and it's worth $20, believe it or not. It's got some loose cookie cutters in there, probably worth about $2. And then we have a Miko plush. He's worth $15 still on the little box like that. And then from 1995, we have a Sun Colors Pocahontas doll, still in the box, worth about $45. And we have a small Pocahontas book worth about $5. And let's see what else we have. We have this really cool 3-pack of finger puppets still on the box, and it's worth about $22. We've got the Feathers in the Wind doll. I'm going to open it up so you can see her. She's really pretty, and she's worth about $45, and she's from 1995. And let's see, we have this cool Pocahontas mirror. It's worth about $15. It's kind of hard to find. And then we have this little alarm clock with Pocahontas with Miko sitting on the top. It's worth about $15. John Smith and Pocahontas figure set, worth about $10. Then we have the Mill Toy Flit. That's a little finger puppet inside the tree, and he's worth about $6. And let's see, we have another set of Pocahontas vintage earrings, worth about $10. The vintage Pocahontas plastic plate for kids is worth about $10 now. And this tall figure of Pocahontas by the Sunflowers is worth about $10. And we have a Pocahontas lunchbox. It's just plastic. It's worth about $15. And then we have a loose vintage Pocahontas doll. She's worth about $20. And we have a plush of Miko, and he's worth about $15. And then we have the 2-pack doll set, the Spirit of Love set, and it's worth about $85 with John Smith and Pocahontas. And then the last one we have is a 1999 Winter Moon doll, and she's worth about $50. Well, with our previous 421 videos of value on my toy collection, our total was $1,040,999. Now, when we add this video of all of our Tarzan and Pocahontas collectibles, we can add another $1,275 to our grand total. So that means for episode 422 of Value in My Toy Collection, our new grand total now is $1,042,274. I'm so happy I can finally say I have $1 million toy collection. I'm not a millionaire. I guess you can call me a toyonaire, but I've just been saving toys all my life, going to garage sales, flea markets, thrift stores, toy stores, and looking online, and it's just accumulated to this big old total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I love seeing what all I have and what it's actually worth. And if you want to see all the toys online, I put them on Facebook under the Toy Vault of Mississippi. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please think about it because it really helps us grow. So until our next video, we will see you then.